The KKR versus RCB encounter that happened at the Eden Gardens today lived up to the hype. It had all the controversies, it was a feisty affair, lots and lots of umpiring controversies that dominated the entire discourse. Now KKR have won by 1 run, so it was a margin, fine margins in this particular instance. But as is the case with social media, they highlighted certain instances by which, okay, these were the instances that changed the entire game around. You can argue that DK's misjudgment wherein he didn't take the single, the shots that he played, Karan Sharma, okay, there was one particular instance he was very unlucky with that return catch. But overall, the brain fade that RCB had in comparison to all the other things made this match one of the epic encounters in IPL 2024. But the first major talking point that has divided everybody in the cricketing fraternity was this particular moment. Virat Kohli, that no ball, that waist high full toss. Now everybody will be debating upon that particular instance. We have done a separate video on that, whether it was out or not out. Looking at the way, yet again, what happened? Harshit Rana bowled a delivery which was a slow, high dipping full toss. Virat Kohli was obviously surprised. Instinct didn't allow him to play normally, so he just did this. Now looking at the angle, and he was ahead of the crease, no crouching, no nothing. He just ensured that, okay, he was in an upright position. So look at the distance, 0.12, and it was under by 0.12. Technology doesn't discriminate, but this will be a sore point for majority of the fans, because earlier in the day, Andre Russell got a similar delivery, but then he guided it straight to the keeper, but it looked like a no ball. Now, technology was used in this, and look at the stance. Stance is important. Virat didn't crouch, neither did Andre Russell. So that is why it was a clear-cut case of a no ball. It went comfortably by 0.23 meters. So that is why this was deemed to be a no ball. But there are other instances here now which will be debated upon, because it's a 1-run loss. Every single fan base, be it of RCB, be it of Virat Kohli, be it the KKR fan base, everybody will be talking about the finer margins that happened, because Sunil Narine. Now the dismissal of Mahipal Lomror, now that has been cited in social media as a massive trend because a no ball was not given. If you look at the picture, it clearly might suggest, okay, Sunil Narine, the no ball was not given. But why didn't it? Umpires can check. According to the MCC rule 21.5.2, the bowler's front foot must land with some part of the foot, whether ground or raised. This last point, whether grounded or raised. Now, if you can draw a line, just imagine if you can draw an imaginary line, you can argue. I know most fans will not agree with this, but belatedly, you'll have to accept with a sore point that perhaps a nanomillimeter was just inside. Remember, even when it is raised, it has to be slightly behind the line. But many people, it's a matter of frames. 1/132nd or 1/64th frame, fine margins if you look at it. The umpire did not deem it to be a no ball, which is why all the checks were done. But unfortunately for RCB, Mahipal Lomror's wicket was not deemed a no ball. And because of this, imagine if you draw a line here, perhaps it's not a no ball. But you have to go by the umpire judgment because all the checks were done. Now, if it doesn't suit a particular team, it's not the umpire's fault then. Then the other instance which has been pointed out, 16.4. Suyash Prabhudesai hitting that pull shot of Varun Chakravarti that just landed in front. But now many people are sharing videos of it on social media saying that it was a 6. Looking at the shot, just having a look at the shot, you can see the ball here. If I can just zoom it around at this point, you can see that the ball is here. It's somewhere here after it is bounced. Now, where did it bounce? Many people are saying it's a 6. Entire fan bases are going at it of that franchise saying, yes, it's a 6. The umpire messed it up. But if you look at it closely, even again, frame by frame, how could the ball bounce so much over the fence when there was already a cover in place? If there is a cover outside of the boundary, it shouldn't bounce that much. What many people are stating is just inside the boundary rope, there is a bald patch, just inside the rope. It bounced on that bald patch, and that's why you saw the extra lift of the ball. This is a dodgy decision, 50-50. No one is right, no one is wrong, but if you look at the replay very, very slowly, it is hazy. That is why the benefit of the doubt had to go. The umpire did not check it much, although that is the one criticism that might be aimed at him. But it clearly suggested that perhaps millimeters it landed inside. And that is why there was an extra bounce. It landed on a rather bald patch there. That is why this decision, everybody will be divided on that because it's the matter of one run. The final instance, you all know what happened when Phil Salt, it was a rubbish throw. What happened from the outfield? The outfield, the one who threw, it was actually very wide. Phil Salt had to run in and dive. But prior to that delivery, in the second delivery of the final over, Kant Sharma had actually edged it. Phil Salt actually scooped the delivery up, and many people felt that it was out. But on clear replays, it showed, yes, fingers, some people say it was underneath the delivery, but clear replay showed that he had probably scooped it. Salt was not happy with what happened. So that is why it turned out to be by the barest of margins, because Phil Salt effected the run out of Lockie Ferguson. We missed out on the first super over in IPL 2024. So this match had everything. It had drama, it had controversy, but this will be the major talking point. Virat Kohli. Many former cricketers are saying it's not out. Many former cricketers are saying it's out. What is the entire situation here? Because technology has proven that Virat Kohli was out. But replays and visuals don't lie, that the outburst that Virat Kohli had was just not on. And that is why if you can do this, there can be anarchy in the cricket ground. So that's why 5 major talking points regarding the umpiring that happened at the Eden Gardens. I know that a lot of fan bases will say that was a 6. A lot of fan bases will not be convinced that it was not a no ball. It was a no ball for them, it was a 6, but some visuals you have to give the benefit of a frame problem. Some frames are such, it will show it landed in, some frames will show it landed over. It's all a matter of frames, and so that goes with the no ball. You see, not just Sunil Narine, Ravindra Jadeja, he has that flex. Sometimes the foot might go outside the line, but it comes back in. Maybe that happened with Sunil Narine in this instance. That's why the umpire didn't check it. But at this point, passion and tensions are very high, and that is why convincing them of the reality is a big, big feat in itself. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. Don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.